Well, to be fair, me and Adam robbed him of £9 on 2 shots the other day.
That selfie when he showed it was amazing. £4.50.
2 shots was £4.50 each. Oh, Olly Murs is... No wonder why Olly Murs is so rich.
Yeah. No wonder he smells so good when he's getting that much money in.
Anyway, to the American viewers, Olly Murs is the pop star, and welcome to NFL Week 10 review with myself, Jamie.
What? Yeah. It is with myself, Brad, and himself, Jamie. We'll go for that. NFL talking points. We're back. Adam's not here. Jack's still on furlough. So
and I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah, fuck it. There we go. Lovely.
Oh, yeah, you know the Panthers have won when all the merch comes out. You know the Panthers have won. My Chargers shirt's in the wardrobe in there.
Yeah, it's thrown away now after not the best couple of weeks.
I mean, should we just go rogue, Jamie? Should we just do our teams first? Get them out of the way.
Yeah. Wait, I've got some stats up. There we go. Right. I'll put them all in order. Here we go. So, Chargers, your team are at home to the Vikings. 2027. Another loss. Another L. 5 losses. 4 losses. Sorry. 5 game.
Yeah, 5 game.
5 win game.
I mean, you know what? I think me buying the jersey is actually a curse because before I bought the jersey, we were 4-1.
Oh, you have 1. Okay, you have won 1. That's fine.
And now we're 5-4. So cheers NFL Europe for cursing my team. But I mean, where do we even start? The coverage on Justin Jefferson was shocking. The offensive play calling was pathetic. I mean, you're letting Kirk Cousins come to the SoFi, and I know he's your GOAT, Jamie, but you can't let Kirk Cousins do that. I mean, all over the pitch, it was just shocking, to be honest with you. I think we were lucky to
let him run again. It's your rush defense, and I'm like, okay. Pass defense, rush defense.
Rush defense every week is, I mean, well, we think we're worse in the NFL for rush defense. I mean, could literally put me at running back and I'll probably get 100 yards against the Chargers at the minute. But I am massive, so
yeah.
You know.
Just last one step for us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, very disappointing. I'm glad I fell asleep at the start of the third quarter. That's how boring. That's how disappointed I was because it made me fall asleep. So
it was poor. I mean, Kirk Cousins got over 290 yards. Dalvin Cook got almost 100 yards. Then Herbert's looked awful as well. I don't know what's going on.
Herbert's not been himself for about 4 weeks now. I mean, well, apart from the Eagles game, which I was on furlough for. But and yeah, I mean, it's worrying. I am fully defensive coordinator out. Don't even know his name. Ronaldo Hill or something. Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat Ronaldo. I have to agree as well. Herbert does not look himself. Collapsing, and he's getting sacked too many times. He's playing these pathetic little 3-yard screen passes, which get us nowhere. Too many 3 and outs. Yeah, I mean, need a big shake up ahead of week 11 with another home game. I think it's the home form as well. We've won 2 at home, and one of them we conceded 42 points.
Yeah, so, it's really not good, is it? And I'm smiling, but I mean, I still think you make the playoffs though.
The AFC West are just rolling over for the Chiefs, and we'll get onto the Chiefs in a minute. But everyone in the AFC West. I mean, we've slagged the Chiefs off all season, and now they're top of the AFC West.
Now they're top. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Go on, let's go more rogue, right? Sunday night football. Really all over. Chiefs at Raiders. Obviously, two AFC West teams. Now Chiefs are now incredibly top of the AFC West. 41-14. Like, the Raiders were horrific. The rushing game, I think Derek Carr was the biggest rusher with 18 yards. He threw 261 yards, which is pretty standard for him. Josh Jacobs only got 16 yards rushing against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have been horrendous this whole season. Mahomes, Patrick, obviously not Jackson, he got 5 passes.
Nice of Patrick to turn up then.
Yeah. 500 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns, 406 passing yards. Rushing game, they had like 90 yards altogether. Like they did nothing. They just let him throw it. Kels got over 100 yards. I'm having a look here. Tyreek Hill got 83. Darrell Williams got 101 yards. Just too easy. And now they're top again. And now I'm thinking, everyone else is the whole AFC West is terrible. Everyone's just not that good. Now Chiefs are going to go probably number 1 seed. They're going to probably get to another Super Bowl and somehow win it, although they're terrible. And I don't
yeah, I mean, since Mahomes era, really, this is the worst Chiefs team, and they're still going to do something. It's bizarre. But yeah, I mean, nice of Patrick Mahomes to finally turn up rather than Jackson.
It took a while.
I mean, it's been about 4 weeks. I mean, that last night was peak Patrick Mahomes at his very best. Chiefs at their very best, to be honest with you. I mean, they're back.
Yeah, the Chiefs are back. Scary there. I do think they still will make the AFC Championship at least. I mean, yeah, Raiders punted 5 times, only punted once. They didn't even sack Mahomes. Mahomes didn't throw an interception. There was a few. They lost a fumble, but that's just classic Chiefs at the moment. The passes that Mahomes was doing, when he was missing them, players by about 10 yards. I'm like, okay, so he's learned not to throw it into someone else's arms. So that's a good improvement there from Patrick. Let's go more rogue. We're going from Sunday Night Football. Let's go all the way back to Thursday Night Football. I was meant to do a solo review. Unfortunately, I just really didn't want to because it's such a bad game. Miami Dolphins beat the Baltimore Ravens. This is what makes no sense about the NFL. The Ravens were obviously 6-2. Dolphins were 2-7 going into the game. Tua was on the bench. Jacoby Brissett gets injured. Tua comes on and wins the game for Miami, 22-10. Just bonkers. Even you look through the stats, not one. I mean, they had 1 rushing touchdown from Tua, and that's it. And he 3 carries from 0 yards. Absolutely shocking. And the Ravens somehow bottled it. Yet again, they're now 6-3. I'm trying to think of who's actually got a better record. Buffalo Bills.
I mean, this is what's absolutely bizarre about this season. Like one week we were saying that the Baltimore Ravens are probably the best team in the AFC. Obviously dominated against the Chargers, then they've got dominated against the Bengals. They've lost to the Dolphins. It's just the NFL's mad, isn't it? Like, yeah. I mean, we'd all expect Lamar Jackson to go to Miami and just do bits, and they didn't. And fair play to the Dolphins. I mean, what's that, back-to-back wins now? Yeah,
back-to-back wins. Ben is obviously going to be buzzing.
Ben's buzzing. Back-to-back wins, and I do believe the Dolphins have got the Jets away this week. So,
so they've actually got a great chance.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a great chance of going 3-0, and obviously after the London game, we wrote the Dolphins off, and now they've come back and won 2. I mean, it's just our effect, isn't it?
Typical us, isn't it? Typical. John Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach, has apparently come out and said that they were outcoached and outplayed. And if you're getting outdone by the Dolphins, I don't give you much chance going forward for the rest of the season.
I agree.
We'll stick with AFC East teams after the Dolphins. New York Jets took on the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills scored, I think, the most points they've ever got against the most points they've ever got against the Jets since 1979, 45 points. Jets got 17, which is more than I thought. Mike White at the start on Thursday before the game, he came out and said that he should be a first-round overall pick. 2 days later, threw 4 interceptions, no touchdown passes. He's now been in there 3 years in the NFL, 250 yards, 4 interceptions. I mean, that is shocking. What a performance from Mike White.
We could probably do going to quarterback for the Jets and do better. That is embarrassing. I mean, I was just watching it on Red Zone. To be honest, I was just cracking up watching the Mike White disaster class. I mean,
back to normal. I think is also that weird week where Jaguars just turned up.
Back to normal. I mean, Josh Allen done an absolute bit. The most English name in the NFL. I say that as England have literally just gone 7-0 up through Emma Smith.
On his debut, nice one.
Yeah, but I mean, you might have to edit that out. But Josh Allen was finding targets. I believe even Stephon Diggs finally got some a decent amount of fantasy points and a couple of touchdowns.
Stephon Diggs got 162 yards from 8 catches. So that's an average of just over 20 a catch.
20 a catch, yeah.
20 yards per catch you got against the Jets. A guy called Gabriel Davis, who I never knew existed, got 105 yards. And then pretty much no one else. I mean, Matt Brader, I thought retired about 5 years ago, got a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. My tight end in my fantasy got 17 yards because he only caught one thing.
Do you want to know who might... going back to the Dolphins game, you might have to clip this part.
Yeah.
Mike Gesicki. Me and him need serious words.
I got rid of him as well.
0 points.
Yeah.
0. And the Dolphins won. I believe it was 7 targets and 0 catches. So cheers, Gesicki, for making me lose my fantasy matchup.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for that. Absolute clown. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, going back to the Bills-Jets game now, Dawson knocked him much better. I think he only got about 3 points.
Yeah, I think he did. I was just looking at my fantasy now because I was playing Adam, but let's see. It's probably the best podcast we've ever done, to be honest. I've been slapped in that one by 20 points.
We're just freestyling.
I'm relying on Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp and the Rams defense.
I mean, we might as well talk about fantasy whilst I've lost to Dizzo, but who cares?
No. How?
In my other league, I need Darrell Henderson. If he gets 14 points for the person I'm playing wins.
Ooh.
So I'm projected 120.22. The other guy is projected 120.16. So if Henderson gets 14 points, he's done it. So hopefully Henderson has a stick. Henderson has a stinking.
Adam's also got Henderson as well. So
but in my other league, I could go on a 6-win streak.
Wow. I was doing that.
6 gang.
6 gang. Yeah, that's fine. While we're there for the 6 gang, let's move on to another AFC East team. We'll round up the AFC East teams, get them out of the way so we don't have to talk about Adam's team anymore. They've won again, 45-7 against the Cleveland Clowns. Typical. I was looking at the stats, and it's bizarre because everyone was saying how amazing Mac Jones was, and he threw for under 200 yards. So I'm not quite sure what is outstanding about that. It was nice of Jacoby Myers.
It was just. I think it was just more the quality of the passes rather than when he had to throw, the quality was very, very good. Finding the targets. I mean, I think the Patriots absolutely dominated the running game as well. I mean, you associate running the ball with Cleveland, and I mean, obviously Chubb was out, but still
they had Dearness Johnson. I think he got 98 or 99 yards or something like that. Yeah. But it was just they didn't do anything. Baker Mayfield's injured. Yeah, exactly. Unlucky.
Baker. What was he doing? He threw some dodgy interception.
Yeah.
And then, nice of Myles Garrett to turn up as well.
With his graveyards. How many sacks? Did they get any sacks? Oh, 2. Yeah. I mean, was
it even Myles Garrett that got the sacks?
No, I don't think it was. No. Let's have a look at it. We can find out right now.
At least he don't have to change. At least he don't have to edit his Halloween costume.
He did get a sack. Yeah, I'll give him that. Fine.
Oh, okay. So he has to. Okay, so he's got already. He's got already his graveyard and his costume for next year. Yeah, I'll update it. I've actually got an exclusive from one of my mates who supports Cleveland Browns.
Oh, unlucky.
There's a message.
Unlucky too.
Yeah, this podcast is so rogue. It was from Free Vincenzo. Don't know who you are, but selling progressive yet won't progress as a quarterback. The first reply was call him a baker, but dude can't even cook in the open field.
Wow.
And then so my mate Tom, whose surname is conveniently Brown, I think that might be a reason
That's
why
probably why he must have. Yeah.
He put no mention of the defense thinking it up or wide receivers not getting open or play calling, etc. Whole team sucked. No. Baker sucked. If your quarterback sucks, like the Chargers, then you ain't gonna win a game. Simple as.
Case in point, Panthers and Sam Darnold. If your quarterback is useless in the NFL, you just can't win games. But the fact that Brian Hoyer's thrown 85 yards, got a passing touchdown, and he's got that Jacoby Myers touchdown, his first ever receiving touchdown, even though he's already thrown 2 as a wide receiver. But I also fantasy. I left Hunter Henry on my bench, so 2 touchdowns, 37 yards. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. New England, they're on their way to the playoffs. They could potentially win the AFC East. They still got.
Again, that's madness. Considering, I think the last time Adam was on, we were all writing off the Patriots.
I mean, he was Belichick out,
and now he's Belichick's biggest fan.
Yeah, they're now obviously that was the second home win of the season. They won every single road game. I'm just looking at the AFC East now. Bills 6-3, Patriots 6-4, Dolphins 3-7, and Jets 2-7. So I mean, yeah, Jets and Dolphins over, but Patriots, typical, isn't it? Just when you think they're gone and they're irrelevant, then they just come back and they've got 2. I mean, it's the first time also in back-to-back home NFL games where they scored over 40 points. So that's the first time in their franchise history. So Tom Brady didn't do that. So.
Tom Brady's a fraud.
Washington Bucks. There's no order to this show. If you come here thinking you want an organised show,
I've lost track of what games we've got. But yeah, Washington Bucks.
Washington hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was the playoff game last season. Was in the wild card divisional round. Washington hosted the Bucks. Must have been wild card. Taylor Heineke got his revenge game. Yeah, wow. Heineke got his revenge. 256 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 9 interceptions in his 29-19 win. However, Tom Brady decided to throw 2 interceptions. And actually, I think he cost their team the game. I thought he was horrendous. Running game wasn't good enough from Fournette either. And yeah, 29-19. They've opened up the NFC South, as we'll get to, with a couple of other, as 3 of NFC South teams lost, apart from one mighty one, but we'll get there eventually in a roundabout way. It was just horrendous. They were absolutely horrendous. Like, there was nothing good. I mean, the time possession, Washington had 39 minutes to Bucks like 20, almost 21 minutes. Like, it was just shocking from the Bucks. And after this, I can't even see them winning the playoff game. I know they're going to probably end up in the Super Bowl because it's Tom Brady, but they look terrible. I just can't believe how bad they are.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, right? It was shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the Bucks that we all know. But fair play to Washington. I mean, fair play to Washington. It's a shame about Chase Young. Obviously now out for the season. Done his ACL, I believe.
Yeah.
But so they're obviously going to struggle now with that. But I've always said it. Heineke's a great quarterback, and he's just proved it again.
Yeah,
I've backed Heineke since day one. I really like Heineke, and and now he's gone and beaten said greatest of all time.
I'm trying to make a note of what games we've done.
Shall we go?
Oh, go on.
Shall we go to the first tie of 2021?
Yes, I love that. Right. Do you want to set the scene?
Dan Campbell is massive.
The Lions have not lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's an early Christmas miracle. So the Lions went to the Steelers, and let's be fair, stinker of a game. One of the worst games of American football. I think how it got so much time on Red Zone, I do not know. Because let's be fair, it sucked. Mason Rudolph, I couldn't think there could be a worse quarterback at Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph has proved me wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, in a weird roundabout way, the Steelers actually missed Big Ben. And I mean, let's talk about the overtime as well, Joe. Let's forget the game, but let's talk about overtime and
There
just get
wasn't
this out of
much,
the way.
yeah. There weren't much good to this game. 16 punts in total between them.
16,
So like,
exactly.
16.
16 punts, but both teams getting 16 points. How about that?
How mental was that? Oh, it was terrible, wasn't it? I mean, overtime was Jared Goff, I think, got 70 passing yards in that game. Where is he? He got 114, but I think he got a fumble, so it went back to net 77 yards passing. Like the Lions, you think they're going to win a game. And I said it in the pub the day before this on a Saturday, thinking, I mean, because I didn't even know Big Ben was out, and obviously then he whatever. He had symptoms and all that rubbish, and I just noticed 81 plays for the Steelers, and then the third down efficiency. We always talk about third downs. Lions 4 out of 18, Steelers 7 out of 17. The standard was absolutely shocking, and they had the chance to win it. The Lions, and yet again, 48-yard field goal. You think just hit it, and then classic Lions. Goes wide. I texted the group going like he's going to hit the post. He was quite close to He was quite close to the post. And then Steelers get the ball. You think they're going to drive it down. They drive it down. They could have kicked the field goal, like 20 seconds left. But I think now one more play, just go 2 or 3 more yards. False fumble. They get the ball back, and then the Lions try it. They're like flipping the ball off from side to side, backwards, and he just runs out of bounds. You're just like, brilliant. Well done. Well done, mate. It
was the most Lions thing I've ever seen.
It was just, but at least they're not going to go at like Norton 17. So that is something. Their win percentage, or their, I guess, not losing percentage, is 0.056 for the season. So congratulations to the Detroit Lions for not being naught. So they have some percentage somehow.
Jude Bellingham has just scored for England. So,
they're doing a goal check as we speak. As you can notice, we are doing this on Monday night, hence we won't review Monday Night Football. John Stones looks like he's coming on. It's 9-0 as it stands. Sam Marino are down to 10 men.
And Harry Kane's flat padding against Postman again.
He's flicked.
It looks like it's been confirmed as a goal.
I'm not sure what they're looking at. Looking for a foul? I don't know. This is going to be great. This is going to be such a good podcast. Currently, the referee's looking at a screen. Not NFL related, but football related, but it's England against the mighty San Marino. He's pointing at the spot.
Oh.
Free kick. It's just been disallowed. So it's 8-0. Apparently, there was a foul in that. I did not see that foul. But yeah, moving on from the Steelers. And the Steelers could have gone top of the AFC North. Somehow, if they won this game. Yeah, Ravens obviously lost, Browns lost, Bengals run by. Yeah, so Bengals were the big winners, really. I mean, Ravens now 6-3, Steelers 5-3-1, Bengals 5-4, Browns 5-5. They could all go in the playoffs.
I mean, the AFC North and the AFC West are very similar, and it's convenient how they're playing each other this season. I mean, you've got 4 teams that are pretty much all on the same amount of wins in both divisions, and any of the teams could win it. I mean, I've had enough of talking about the AFC. Any NFC teams we can talk about? Yes. Moving on to. I've lost track of the order, to be honest. Moving on, Jamie. Let's talk about 2 NFC teams.
Okay.
Your Panthers at the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. I've been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. It's been a good couple of years.
To be honest, it would have been so you to save the best till last, but I'm throwing it in there.
I was tempted. What a game!
What a difference of weeks, mate. That's what I want to say.
Sam Darnold in at quarterback. You think we've just signed Matt Barkley, who he's been around the league for years and years. You think, oh my God, he's going to come in with PJ Walker, and it's going to be a tandem of those two. Cam Newton then just kept signs on Thursday. There's a video on the YouTube channel. If you want to go look at it, NFL Talking Points. Me breaking down Cam Newton's move. 5 minutes in, we get a turnover. Cam Newton, we get down to like the 5-yard line. Cam Newton steps up, does what he does best, goes past a couple and then screams, "I'm back." Honestly, I've watched it about 100 times. It's one of the best feelings I think I've had in NFL for a long time.
I'll tell you what, it made a great like caption competition on Twitter. Like there was the best one I saw was Mariah Carey coming up to Christmas, and I think someone actually like photoshopped Mariah Carey's face over
really? Oh my god.
So there was Cam's now made a meme. I think it was made into a GIF on WhatsApp about 10 minutes after it happened as well.
Yeah.
So shout out to WhatsApp.
Literally, first play, he touches the ball, rushing touchdown. Second time, touches the ball, passing touchdown. 14-0 up after 5 minutes. This is, it's the Panthers team. We've had one touchdown in 3 weeks. Then we had 2 in 5 minutes at the best team in the NFL, 8-1 Cardinals. Obviously now 8-2, but like, what a moment! And we just didn't stop. We just kept going. Chubba Hubba, the train, got a touchdown, fumbled it, but just the defense on fire. Philip Walker, PJ Walker got 167 yards, poor interception under pressure, but it's just what we do. It was bizarre, 34-10, and now I'm sort of thinking we could win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie's still on the John Smiths and the Guinness from Saturday, as you can clearly tell. But yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you, Jamie. 5 gang.
5 wins. Yes.
But yeah, I have to agree. The Panthers, what a performance. I mean,
5 and 5.
McCaffrey still made out of glass, I mean, he still ended up in the blue tent at some point.
Yeah, it cuts me in the fourth quarter and the guy's just massaging his hamstring. I was like, oh, please don't pop again. You think? And then, he went to the blue tent because apparently I never knew this, but apparently if a player, like, either you hit the turf or, like, you accidentally, like, even if you just trip, they think you've got a concussion. So he tripped over someone and then just, like didn't fall over, but, like, stumbled when he went off the pitch because he tripped over some guy's ankle. And then the NFL said he has to go to the concussion blue tent. Like, really?
Yeah, I saw on Red Zone that he was like very fuming about that, and
yeah.
But I mean, the rules in the NFL are just they just change every week, really. Oh, that reminds me.
Chargers.
Sorry, going back to the Chargers game. Such a rogue podcast. I mean, Justin Jefferson, I think you're great. I mean, you was a shame that you was the second best rookie Justin in the league last year. That can be argued. I mean, definitely the better Justin this year. But what's he doing, mate? How are you throwing the ball to Keenan Allen after a catch?
Sit on the bench. Because the taunting thing.
Keenan Allen's just sitting there and he's just like,
he just catches the ball. He's like, okay.
I mean, I hope the NFL gave Keenan Allen fantasy points for that because it was a great catch, little 2-yard dish off. But yeah, I don't get how that can be taunting and then Cam Newton shouting, "I'm back," is taunting. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but
it's because he took his. It was the look. I don't know. He's ready to because I think it was because you take your helmet off, which apparently is not allowed. But yet in the Vikings Chargers game, when I think it's an interception, and he's like literally like 10 yards out.
It was a big geezer.
Yeah, he has his helmet. He takes his helmet off.
Ebrecht or that. Ebrecht.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
He took his helmet off.
He literally looked like a Viking. To be fair.
He did. Yeah, when he had his head, he's like brushing it apart after his. I was like, oh my god, this guy, what a person to get intercepted by. But
we lost to that.
And he lost to that, but Panthers won, so 5 and 5. And then we'll stay on the NFC. Dallas Cowboys, they beat the Atlanta Falcons 43-3. 29 points in the second quarter for the Cowboys. Everyone's now saying the Cowboys are the best offense in the league, or in the whole of the NFL, which could be debated. Ezekiel Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Prescott, Cooper Rush got minus. I mean, he obviously kneeled for them. Tony Pollard, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz barely got a mention yesterday. CeeDee Lamb, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, it was just a free-for-all. Rushing touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott was fed. He got 2. Dak Prescott rushing touchdown as well. just a really poor game for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, 2 interceptions for Matt Ryan. Josh Rosen was allowed to play. Can't believe he was there. 14 yards, 1 interception for him as well. 55 rushing yards. Kadarius Patterson was non-existent. Kyle Pitts had 60 yards. That's nice, but that's it. Like, I can't believe how bad the Falcons were.
Predicted one NFC team to get 3 points. Just the wrong one.
Yeah, I thought it was, so it's fine.
Wait, what? Hold on. Sorry. 10-0 now. Jesus.
Yeah, I literally just looked up and it was 10-0. I don't know. I know Abraham scored. Tony Abraham scored, but I don't know who got the 10th. Well, do you know what? Because it's 10-0, I'm going to leave this in the podcast, but it's great. Literally, the 10 doesn't fit on the ITV scoreboard. So, obviously, they did expect us to score 10 at San Marino. But yeah, England are massive. But yeah, the Cowboys apparently massive. They're 7-2. They'll be in the playoffs this season. They'll be a threat no matter what. Probably end up number one overall.
Pretty much won the NFC East now, haven't they?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I mean, Eagles are the closest to them now, 4-6. Washington have got no defensive good players now after obviously Chase Young, like you mentioned earlier. Giants 3-6 as well. So I mean, it's over.
Cowboys dominant from minute one. Whole second quarter, 29 points. I don't think I've seen a team get 29 points since I started watching the NFL 3 years ago. Great performance from them. Certain members of NFL talking points think Matt Ryan is a good quarterback. Lol.
Largest margin of victory for Dallas Cowboys since week 8 of 2000. So that's how good the Atlanta Falcons.
That's how good the performance was from the Cowboys. I mean, I've pretty much said it all season. Like when they've got Dak Prescott and Elliott and CeeDee Lamb firing, it's 3 of the best weapons that you could have.
Yeah, easily.
And yeah, I mean, dark horses potential.
They got to win it, haven't they? But I just know they're going to be at home against. They're going to be at home against the Bucs or the Rams, and they'll lose. It'll be a classic. Cowboys.
It's going to be one of them classic Cowboys, but
they're lucky actually. We were on bye last week because obviously they got battered by the Denver Broncos, but then somehow next week they just battered the Atlanta Falcons. Not sure how they do that. But,
this is the weird thing about the NFL this season. One team can batter someone, and then the next team goes and batter someone else, and it's just a constant battering ram, really.
Speaking of a battering ram, Tennessee Titans just do not stop winning at the moment. They beat the Saints 23-21 on Sunday. Titans now 8-2. No Derrick Henry, no problem at the moment. Donta Freeman got 30 yards. Adrian Peterson got 21. That was it. Ryan Tannehill masterclass, 213 yards, 1 touchdown pass. Trying to see who he actually passed it to. Oh, Michael Pruitt. No idea who he is.
Never heard of him.
A great win for the Titans. Saints come close. Trevor Siemian played really well, 298 yards for 2 touchdowns. Mark Ingram, who's now the most rushing yards for Saints running back ever in their franchise history. He got 47 on day and a touchdown as well. But it just wasn't enough. Tennessee Titans, 8-2, and the team they lose to, last, obviously they're now on a run, was the Jets. Make it make sense.
I mean, exactly that. I mean, Tennessee, they must be number 1 seed in the AFC at the minute.
Yeah, they're number 1 by 2 games. They're 2 games clear of the Bills, Patriots, Ravens, and Chiefs, who are all on 6. They're on 8. So
I mean, do you deserve to be number 1 seed though when you lose to the Jets?
Well, Jets have won 2 games all season. It's just bonkers, isn't it? Because the Jets are so bad. The Jets are the Jets, and they beat the Titans. I can't remember the other team the Titans lost to, but here we go. Why not? We've got a road podcast anyway. We're going to do some research while on the show. Tennessee Titans schedule. Here we go.
Bleacher Report.
To be honest,
I can't remember. When the Giants, was it?
Oh, Cardinals week 1, 38-13 at home. So, I mean, fair enough. Okay, that was a front fit.
Yeah, fair enough. But, I mean, Tannehill looking very solid. No Derrick Henry, no problem. Should we get the worst one out of the way? The game that was hyped up all week.
Oh, yeah.
All week I saw 2014 flashbacks to the NFC Championship game. Oh, it's going to be fireworks. No, stinker.
Fireworks.
Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks. You're not what you were 7 years ago. You're both bang average. Seahawks especially. I mean, Green Bay have still got Aaron Rodgers, but 17-0 to the Packers. Seahawks. I mean, well done for turning up, I guess.
Russell Wilson's back. That's nice.
Geno Smith probably would have got more points, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nice of Russell Wilson to be back. Clearly rusty as anything. I mean, and then Green Bay. I mean, they didn't really do a lot, but
it was such a bad game. I thought Rodgers looked awful. I mean, he just come back from the COVID, whatever, his immunisation, or whatever he wants to call it. I don't know if you saw him. Basically, went on Pat McAfee's show and said that he didn't say he was vaccinated. He said he was immunised after listening to advice from Joe Rogan. Incredible. Wow. Just can't make it up. It's like, oh, what doctors did you talk to? Oh, Joe Rogan. Nice. Big respect. I mean, he did nothing. He obviously one interception, 292 yards. AJ Dillon got 2 touchdowns, and that was really it. Field goal. Mason Crosby missed a couple again. Thank you for my fantasy. Done really well. I need to get rid of him. I think he's missed like 4 straight or something before that, or 4 out of 9 or something like that. Russell Wilson come back. First ever time in 150 games that Russell Wilson's been shut out when starting. So, 161 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Let me just go through how many touchdowns they got. None and 0 field goals. Didn't even attempt one because that's how bad they were. Which is, I mean, they got 208 total yards. That's cool. Third downs were actually just as efficient as Green Bay, but couldn't do anything. They were just terrible. The interceptions killed them. And a shocking loss for the Seahawks. I already thought their season's over. They're 3-6. Packers, number 1 seed. I don't know why they just kept showing it and not showing the Panthers game at the time. But I will give credit to Green Bay's defense. I thought they were fantastic again after pretty much stifling Mahomes week before. Then 0 for Russell Wilson. And Kevin King got an interception, which incredible. I mean, he is one of the most useless cornerbacks I think I've ever seen in my life. Him and Jamal Adams getting an interception in the same game is bonkers. They're both useless, and they both got an interception. Just shows you the standard of that game. And what a game for Sky Sports! Fantastic. So that was a Martin Tyler masterclass. That one, he's definitely commentating on that.
Proper Martin Tyler. I mean, Martin Tyler. At least he got 1 win over the weekend.
When I'm woken. Yeah.
I mean, get me a Jack Daniels honey at this point. Cheers, Dizzo.
Cheers. £4.50 a shot, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to William Lawrence, and he's Jaguars going to the Indianapolis Colts. Colts won this one. They were dominated at one point. I did put in the message, I don't deserve a point on predictions because I predicted it to go overtime. And then the Jags actually turned up and made it a close game. I can't remember what the score was, won't lie.
23-17.
Oh, well, yeah. So the Jags, I think, won it 23-0 at one point.
It was, I'm going to do some maths here. It was 29 and then 23-9 at the time. And then they, got a touchdown and then they had the ball back. And you think, oh my God, ball back, 2 and a bit minutes to go. Is it their time? Could it be Jaguars get another win to make it 2 wins on the trot? It would have been. Oh, yeah. What a run they would have been on. But no, it wasn't. It was a fumble from, as you say, William Lawrence. He was horrendous. Again, 162 yards, carried by his rushing from Jamal Agnew and James Robinson. It's nice they've learned how to run the ball and not just rely on William Lawrence's arm. Wentz was shocking as well, 108 yards. Jonathan Taylor, the only one playing, I guess, in my fantasy lineup, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. Magic.
Jonathan Taylor has absolutely carried the Colts this season. You know the veteran fan that was in the Red Zone studio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he got given tickets to the Chargers game even though he's a Broncos fan. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit weird. Yeah.
And then he got given a shirt with his name on the back of it as well, and he just looked like the look on his face. He was just like, "Why have I got this?" And yeah, I mean, Colts win. Cole. Jags do Jags things. Cole.
It was a classic AFC South dreadful game. I mean, Colts, Jaguars, Texans. Colts could easily be in the. I'm just going to quickly talk about the AFC playoffs right now. So obviously 7 teams go through. So it is an absolute, minus the Titans, it's an absolute free-for-all. So the Titans obviously will go through 8-2. And then it'll be, well, who knows from then on. Obviously the winners of each division will go through. So you've got, let's go AFC North, Ravens 6-3, Steelers 5-3, Bengals 5-4, Browns 5-5. So a game between them. AFC West, Chiefs 6-4, Chargers 5-4, Raiders 5-4, Broncos 5-5. We'll get
Each on 6 now.
Yeah. I know they've been that bad this season. They've somehow on 6, and then AFC East is between 2, Bills and Patriots. Then you've got to try and find a wild card, 3 wild card places after that. It's just I don't even know where to go from there. But
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's three teams from one division, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. And then, the NFC is much easier. Cowboys are going through, Packers are going through, Bucks will be there, Cardinals, Rams will be there. And then it'll be 3 of 4 or 2 of 3 even. It'll be Vikings, Saints, Panthers, or even Eagles are still in with a shout, which is bonkers. They're on 4 and 6. And then the last game we're going to review, Eagles won this one 30-13. It's probably one of the worst games again of the week. We've left it till last. I don't know why we've done that. Teddy Bridgewater with 226 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So that's an improvement. So congratulations there, Teddy. That's fantastic. I think they did have a fumble. Can't remember if they had a fumble. Probably did. But I mean, it was a shocking game. To be totally honest, again, it was the fumble at the end where Broncos were on the charge. I think it was 13-20 at the time. And then Teddy just didn't tackle. He just let the guy walk straight past him. You go on NFL memes on Instagram, it looks like Teddy's just thought, I don't really want to get hit today. So he just lets the guy literally walk straight past him, run it in for 82-yard return touchdown, and ended the game. And I said a couple of weeks ago that the Eagles won't win many games, but I forget they were given the Lions, they were given Broncos, and that's going to make up their wins. So shocking. I mean, third down efficiency, we mentioned earlier, Broncos 1 of 11, which is worse than what the Lions were, which is
I mean, that's embarrassing.
Classic Denver.
I'm gonna. I mean, you've just slagged off them, but I will give credit to the Eagles. Devonta Smith. That one of them catches he made. It's a shame that he's in the same draft class as Jamar Chase, really, because otherwise Devonta Smith would be up there for Rookie of the Year with Jamar Chase and, got to say it, Mac Jones.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, for me, offensively wise, I think they're top 3.
Oh yeah, easily. They're probably the top 3 overall.
And then defensively, one positive for the Chargers is Samuel Jr.
Was he the one who got done for the taunting penalty?
I can't remember.
Thank you. I thought it might have been him.
I was probably asleep on it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I'll go through the top 7 who would be in the playoffs right now. We're in week 10, so we're into the business end, or the witching hour, as they would say, on NFL Red Zone. The top 7 who would be in the NFL playoffs ended today. Titans number 1, Bills 2, Ravens 3, Chiefs 4, Steelers 5, Patriots 6, and Chargers 7.
End the season now. Stop the count. Stop the podcast. End the season now. We'll take it.
For the NFC, you got Green Bay Packers 1, Cardinals 2, Cowboys 3, Bucks 4, Rams 5, Saints 6, and Panthers 7. So I agree. Stop the count. Off we go to the playoffs. The Panthers would have
five gang and 7 gang.
the Panthers would have to go to the Panthers would have to go to the Cardinals, and the Chargers would have to go to the Bills to progress to the next round of the playoffs. If that was
easy.
Yeah, if that was the case. And
you've just gone to the Cardinals and slapped them, so
yeah, it really is easy. And we'll go to the Bills in week 15 and slap them as well. So just show you how it's done. And that is. Would you believe it? That is the whole show. I don't know what's so difficult. Adam just makes it more difficult, doesn't he? Just you go through any game, you just be rogue. You go from Sunday night football to Thursday night football, and then everything in between. It's class.
That's probably the most weirded order podcast we've ever done.
I wouldn't change it for the world. So
I thoroughly loved that. That was
I enjoyed myself
the greatest hour of my life.
We're it'll be So if you're still listening to this, congratulations. We'll be back for the preview show in a couple of days' time. Thanks for listening.
We will. Thank you very much.